Hey, what's up guys? In this video, we're going to take a look at the new Blackvue DR750X 2-channel LTE Plus. Now, the name is quite a mouthful, and this dashcam is essentially an upgraded version to the DR750 2-channel LTE. Now, I've already done a full review of the previous dashcam, which you can check out if you like, and in this video I want to go over the two main improvements here that we have to this new model. Essentially what they're doing is they're taking some of the improvements to the non-LTE version, the DR750X Plus, and they're bringing those same improvements over here to the new DR750X 2-channel LTE Plus. And essentially with this new upgraded LTE dashcam, you're going to be looking at two main improvements. Number one, you've got upgraded Sony Starvis sensors, both front and rear, to give you improved video quality both daytime and nighttime. And then number two, Blackvue has also upgraded the mobile hotspot capability in the dashcam if you'd like to take your dashcam and actually share its internet connection with other devices in your vehicle. And in this video, basically want to go ahead and test out the improvements with the new model compared to the old one. Now, a quick note, as a 4G LTE dashcam, it means you can basically buy a SIM card, not included, but you can buy one, pop it into the dashcam to give a dashcam an internet connection. It has its own LTE antennas built in, which is actually what makes it a bigger dashcam, and then it's going to allow the dashcam to connect directly to the cloud to give you all of your internet connected capabilities, and it's also going to be able to share its internet connection with other devices in the vehicle too. So that's what an LTE dashcam is. Other dashcams may actually require you to connect to a separate Wi-Fi hotspot, whether you plug something into the dashcam or your car has one built in. With this one, it actually allows it to give it an internet connection directly. And if you'd like to pick up a dashcam yourself, I'm going to have a link in the video description to where you can pick it up. The price starts at $449 over on Blackvue's website, and if you use the coupon code Vortex Radar, it's going to save you 10% off the price of the dashcam. Now, this dashcam is just launching now. I'm sure it's going to soon be available on other websites too, and as it begins to show up on other websites, I'll include some additional links as well as some additional discount codes for you, and all that will be linked down below. And so with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the updates now for this new Blackvue DR750X 2-channel LTE Plus. Now, full disclosure, this is not a paid or sponsored review. I've never done those and I never will. Blackvue sent me a copy of this dashcam early, so I'll have a chance to test and review and go ahead and share my thoughts here with you guys. They sent me a copy of the dashcam for free, and I do get to keep it after finishing this video. If you'd like to pick up a copy of the dashcam too, I'm going to have some affiliate links for you down in the video description, as well as some discount codes, and if you use any of those, I do make a percentage and allows me to continue doing videos like this here for you. And in this video, I want to go ahead and share what I found testing both models of the dashcam. I want to share the improvements that I found, as well as the things that I don't necessarily like. That way, in case you're looking to upgrade or if you'd want to pick up one of these dashcams too, you're going to be able to do it and have a more informed opinion. And so with that said, let's go ahead and start by taking a look at the improvements to video quality here, since that's really going to be the biggest change with this new model. Now, if you'd really like to learn about the details of the improvements to video quality, check out my previous video about the DR750X Plus. I've done a ton of testing with this new sensor compared to the old one, and the exact same improvements are going to apply here to this new LTE model as well, because it shares the new Sony Starvis sensors, just like the previous non-LTE model. Now that said, I also spent some time road testing both LTE models of this dashcam, the old one as well as the newer one. And with this new dashcam, it's still going to capture the same level of detail, and it's got the same resolving capabilities. Both the front and rear dashcams are going to record at 1080p. The front dashcam records at 60 FPS, while the rear dashcam records at 30 FPS. And recording at 1080p, it's going to allow you to generally record what's going on around you, and it is going to allow you to capture license plates as long as the cars are really close up to you. But if they start getting farther away, that's when you're going to start running into some of the limits of 1080p dashcams, and that's kind of where you start looking into 4K ones. With this new dashcam, it's going to record at 1080p, both front and rear. Now, the biggest improvement that I've seen here with this new dashcam is going to be the dynamic range improvements. You see, the previous dashcam did not have any HDR capabilities. This new dashcam has an HDR mode that you can't disable. So with high dynamic range, it's going to allow the dashcam to do a better job of capturing the details both in the bright areas of the frame as well as in the darker areas. And if you take a look at some comparisons here between both dashcams, you'll notice the newer dashcam looks darker overall, but that doesn't necessarily mean that things are underexposed. For example, you can see while I'm driving through this parking lot here, the top of the building that's in direct sun, it's blown out in the older camera, but you can still see the highlight detail in the newer camera. Additionally, it's also way easier to see into the shadows, into the dark areas over on the right side of the frame. On the new camera, for example, you can easily see the Subaru and the empty parking spaces, while on the older camera, things are going to be darker and it's going to be harder to capture any important details. And so honestly, while I actually prefer the brightness level of the previous Dashcam, I do find that the newer Dashcam does a better job of recording what's going on around you, both in the bright areas and in the dark areas. And to be honest, that's really what you need a Dashcam to do, is just to record what's going on around you. Now that said, this new HDR capability, there are some side effects to that as well. HDR, it's basically combining a dark exposure and a light exposure simultaneously and blending it into one. Works great if you're stationary, but if there's any movement, because the dark one and the light one kind of happen at different points in time, you can see some artifacting. And you'll see that sometimes, for example, like if your wipers are swishing past the front camera, you'll see that trailing behind the wiper, there's kind of this light area, again, because it's having to combine multiple exposures. And you can also see this when cars drive past you as well, like when this minivan is passing me, if you notice behind it, you're going to see a similar white trail behind it. Plus you can see kind of some leftover artifacting of the two different exposures being blended, and where part of the rear of the minivan, it's actually kind of ghosted back behind. So yes, the new Dashcam does have this HDR capability, and there are some trade-offs like that, but overall, big picture, it's going to do a better job of actually capturing things in the bright areas and in the dark areas, and that's going to be the main advantage here that I'm noticing here of the new Dashcam compared to the old one. Next, if we want to go ahead and take a look at the nighttime video quality, this has been improved and upgraded here as well. So starting with testing while street parked in a dark neighborhood with minimal streetlights, the video from the newer X Plus is brighter, and so it's easier to see what's going on around you. This is especially true if we take a look at the rear camera footage. It's a pretty huge difference here. Now, to be fair, I am testing with the night vision feature disabled on the previous model, and if you turn it on, you'll notice things get way better, and now the 750 LTE, it's actually brighter than the new model. It does introduce some additional noise, but I'd totally enable this feature for parking mode. And then if we take a look at the front cameras again, remember how the new camera was brighter? Well, if we enable night vision on the previous model, well, gets brighter, and honestly, I think it's better than the newer one. However, this isn't the whole story. The biggest improvement that I noticed with the new model is when you're driving, especially thanks to the improvements to dynamic range and capturing license plates when your bright headlights are shining on them. Like if you look at this clip, for example, things look good overall. There's nice clarity, and you can read the license plate as I get close. It seems like no big deal, but it's especially interesting if you compare it to how things looked with the previous model. Now, the dynamic range increase means that you don't run into the same issues with your headlights blowing out the rear license plates quite as easily. Of course, your mileage may vary from one situation to the next, but overall, the new Dashcam does a much better job of retaining detail in the highlights. Now, this test is with the night vision feature disabled. I did some testing as well, turning the night vision feature on, and we saw before that turning it on boosts the exposure and makes dark things brighter, but how does it help with areas that are already kind of too bright? Well, I found that the night vision, it's not also an HDR feature, so in my experience, it doesn't help deal with license plates when your headlights are shining on them. So with the improved dynamic range with the new camera, I'm happy with not only the improved daytime quality, but also the improved nighttime quality too. I think it's a pretty nice upgrade, so if you're running the previous model, you could consider upgrading to this new version and selling your old one, or maybe moving your old one to a different vehicle. But either way, this new one seems like a nice upgrade for both daytime and nighttime driving. Next, we can take a look at the updated mobile hotspot capability in the Dashcam. Now, one of the nice things about the DR750 LTE series is that you can pop a SIM card into the Dashcam, and it's going to give the Dashcam an internet connection so the Dashcam can connect to the cloud. Now, the Dashcam can also then share its internet connection with other devices in your vehicle by essentially serving as a mobile Wi-Fi hotspot. Now, the previous model could only share its internet connection with one other device. This new model, they've upgraded it so that you can share its internet connection with up to 5 devices, which is really handy in case you want your phone to be able to use its internet connection, or maybe your kids' iPads in the back, or your radar detector, or if you've got friends or family from out of the country, they're going to be able to use the Dashcam's internet connection as well. And so if you want to basically turn your car into a rolling hotspot and allow it to serve more than just one device, this new Dashcam is going to allow you to connect up to 5 devices simultaneously. Next, Blackvue has also updated this new Dashcam with a Bluetooth seamless pairing feature. Now, to be fair, this feature is also now available on the previous model of the Dashcam 2 with a firmware update, so this isn't necessarily an improvement compared to the previous one, But the idea is it's going to make it a lot easier to get your phone connected to the dash cam. Now the phone can just directly see the dash cam over Bluetooth, and then you're going to be able to pair it more directly. And so you're going to be able to connect your phone to the dash cam more easily without having to manually punch in Wi-Fi passwords or scan any QR codes. Now the phone can just see it directly, and you can pair your phone to the dash cam much more easily. But again, this feature is also available now on the previous dash cam, just with a firmware update, and this feature is also coming to some of the other Blackvue dash cams as well. I talked about this feature back when I was taking a look at the improvements for the new 4K DR900X Plus, and we've got the same feature available now here in this dash cam as well. Now, speaking of other dash cams, what if you want to upgrade to this DR750X 2-channel Plus LTE, maybe from a previous Blackvue dash cam? Well, this is going to be a bigger dash cam than most of the other ones. The size is going to be exactly the same as the previous DR750 2-channel LTE, so that upgrade process is going to be a lot easier. If you're looking to upgrade from a smaller dash cam without LTE capabilities, you're going to have to swap out the front dash cam mount to the bigger one to make sure that the newer, bigger dash cam fits. But the rear dash cam mount is going to be the same size, so you're going to be able to reuse that. Now, if you're upgrading from the previous DR750 2-channel LTE, the front and rear dash cam mounts are exactly the same, so you can literally just slide out the old dash cam and pop in the new one, and you're going to be good to go. Additionally, the power cable is the same, as well as the cable that connects the front and rear dash cam cable. So again, you can literally just unplug the old dash cam, slide the new one in place, plug it back in, and you're set. Additionally, if you're using the blend mount to hang your dash cam under your rearview mirror instead of attaching it directly to your windshield, the one for the previous LTE dash cam is also going to be compatible for the new one. I tested both. I used it even for my comparison testing, and yeah, it works great here with this new LTE dash cam as well. Now, another thing to note is that this new dash cam uses the same older style 2-wire power cable, the one that has a cigarette lighter plug. This is a little bit surprising because all of the previous X Plus series dash cams have not only a newer image sensor and whatnot, but they have a newer 3-wire ignition triggered parking mode cable, a lot like the DR750X Plus or DR900X Plus. This dash cam, the LTE one, actually uses the older style power cable. What does that mean then in terms of getting the dash cam powered in, especially if you want to use the dash cam in parking mode? Well, because this new dash cam doesn't have any sort of voltage management built directly into the dash cam, you're still going to want to rely on an external voltage management solution like the Blackvue PowerMagic Pro. This way the dash cam can run off of your car battery while you're parked, and then the PowerMagic Pro will actually shut off the dash cam once it drains the car battery to a certain level. That way you can ensure that you're still going to be able to start your car next time you get back in. Alternatively, if you'd like to have a dedicated dashcam battery pack that charges while you drive and then powers the dashcam while you're parked, the Blackvue B124X is still the standard go-to for your different Blackvue dashcams. Plus, you can always add the B124E expansion battery packs if you'd like even longer record times. Additionally, Blackbox My Car has their new PowerCell 8 battery pack, which offers 25% larger capacity and thus a 25% longer record time with your main battery pack. This is a brand new battery that just came out, and if you'd like to pick this one up, make sure you choose the power output cable with socket option. This way it's basically a female plug that you can slide the male power connector into. Don't use any one of the spliced power cable options if you're getting this specific dashcam and battery pack combo. So just a quick heads up about that. If you want to get either one of these battery packs, I'll have some links down in the video description, as well as some discount codes. If you use the coupon code Vortex20 when purchasing from Blackbox My Car, it's going to knock off another 5% off the price of your battery packs. At the time I'm shooting this video, the dashcam is only available from Blackvue's website, but I'm sure over time you're going to be able to buy the dashcam from other websites as well. Now, speaking of buying the dashcam, there's actually a couple different versions, depending on where in the world you are. Different countries use different cell antenna technologies, and so you're actually going to need to get a version that's compatible with the cell technologies for your country. Now, currently this new X Plus series dashcam, there's a North American version and there's a global version. If you drive in Australia or New Zealand, you're actually going to want to get the previous model dashcam, as well as if you drive in Japan. In that case, you're also going to want to get the previous version as well. If you drive in the US or Canada, you're going to want to get the North American version. And then if you drive in Europe, Africa, the Middle East, Russia, or most of Asia, you're going to want to pick up the global version. And again, the North American and the global ones are what you're going to get for this new X Plus series LTE dashcam. The other ones, Australia and Japan, you're going to want to get the non-Plus version. So just a quick heads up about that I noticed on Blackvue's website. Additionally, if you're driving in South America, you can generally actually get the North American version, but in certain countries you are going to need to get the global version. And again, they have all these details over on Blackvue's website. And so, yeah, that's it for this new Blackvue DR750X 2-channel plus LTE, LTE plus dash cam. The name is a mouthful, but essentially it's an upgrade to the previous version, the DR750 2-channel LTE, but it adds an upgraded image sensor front and rear for improved video quality, both daytime and night, as well as the improved mobile hotspot capability. So instead of connecting just one device to the mobile hotspot, you can now connect up to 5 devices to get a lot more devices in your car connected to the Wi-Fi hotspot being shared and created by your dash cam. And so, yeah, I know this is a bunch of information, so if you need links to any of the stuff we talked about or more information or discount codes, all that, as I mentioned earlier in the video, you can find links to more information and all the stuff that you need down in the video description. And so, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Other than that, stay safe, drive safe, and I'll see you in the next video.